That will be air that's set outside. With peace. There to meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grey Malkin.
And it calls. Anon.
Fair is foul and foul is fair.
Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that? Henry Morgan signifies flight of the revolt, the new estate.
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hardy soldier fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers do cling together. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, for that of the multiplying villainies of nature that do swarm upon him. Of the Western Isles and Gallo glasses is supplied, but the fortune of a damned quarrel showed, smiling like a rebel's whore, and all too weak. But the brave Macbeth deserves that name. Disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution like Valor's minion, until he faced the slave, which neither shook hands nor bade farewell to him, until he unseamed him from the nave to the chaps, putting his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
My gashes, they cry for help.
So well thy wounds become thee as thy words. They spinack of honor both. Go get him surgeons. Who comes here? The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king!
Whence canst thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness. No more the Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine. Sister, where thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched, and munched, and munched. Give me, quoth I. Right thee, witch! The rum-fed ruffian cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger. But in a sea all thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee wind. And I another.
Thou'rt kind. I myself have all the other. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here have I a pilot's thumb. Rat is homeward. He did come.
A drum, Macbeth hath come.
The weird sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, trust to go about, thrice to mine and thrice to thine, and thrice again to make up 9! Jesus, the charm's wound up.
What are these? So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth yet are on it. Live you, or ought that man may question. You seem to understand me by each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips.
Speak if you can. What are you?
Hail. Hail.
Hail.
Hail to Macbeth, Thane of Glamis.
Hail to Macbeth, Thane of Cawdor.
Hail to Macbeth that shall be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner, you greet with present grace and great prediction, of noble having and of royal hope that he seems wrapped withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail.
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 Lesser than Macbeth, but greater.
Not so happy, but much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Sinel's death, I know I'm Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king, safe from which you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stalk our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you!
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings,
You shall be king.
and Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's there?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success, and when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend which should be thine or his. Silenced with that, and viewing o'er the rest of the self-same day, he finds thee in the stout Norwegian ranks.
We are sent here from our royal master to give thee thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment which bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebels with hidden help and vantage, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Do you not wish that your children shall be king? When those that promised the Thane of Cawdor to me promise no less than them?
That trust in him might yet unkindle you into the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange. And oftentimes to win us our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, to betray in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in the truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what it is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why, chance may crown me without my stir. Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Forgive me. My dull brain was dropped with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered with every day that I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what have chance. And at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts through this oil.
Very gladly.
Till then enough. Come, friends.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they have not yet come back. but I spoke with one who saw him die, who did report that he very frankly confessed his treasons, implored thy forgiveness, and set forth a deep repentance.
He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin, more is thy due than more than all can pay. Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full and growing. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There if I grow, the harvest is your own.
Oh, my plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know this. We will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, who henceforth shall be named the Prince of Cumberland, which honor must not, unaccompanied, invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars that shine, upon all deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife of your approach. So humbly take my leave.
The Prince of Cumberland? That is a step on which I must fall down or else overleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfect's report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me and referred to me to the coming of time with Hail, King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and thou shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Hie thee here. Let my spirits whisper in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from this golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have crowned withal. What is your tendings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not my master with him, who have spoken about this preparedness?
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tendings. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here. Fill me from the crown to the toe top, full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect in it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall. You murdering ministers, where in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pale thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great Gloms, worthy God are greater than both, by the all hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall the sun that morrow see your face, my Thane, is a book where men may read strange matters, to beguile the times, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for. And you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch. We shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further of this.
Leave the rest to me.
See, our honored hostess. Oh, the love that follows us sometime is our trouble, which still we thank is love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God yield us for your pains, and thank us for your troubles.
In every point, twice done, and then done again. We're poor in single business to contend against those honors, broad and deep, wherein your majesty loads our house. For those of old and late dignities, heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
But where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor. But he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have themselves and what is theirs in compt, to make up to your highness at their pleasure. Leave the rest to you.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our good graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his decreased success, that but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here. But here, upon this vacant shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here, in that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels to trumpet tongue against the deep damnation of his taking off, in pity like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherub horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to break the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other.
How now? What's news?
He is almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Had he asked for me?
No, you not. He has.
We will proceed no further in this business.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wait letting, I would not. Wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage.
Prithee, peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then, that you did break this enterprise to me? When you were durst to do it, then you were a man. And to be more than you would be so much more the man. I have given suck, and you know what it is to love the babe that milks me. I would, but was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed his brains out, if I had sworn so as you have done to this.
If we should fail?
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, his 2 chamberlains, will I, with wine and wassail, convince the memory, the water of the brain, be nothing but a limbic, and his spongy officers, drenched in their natures as in death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan?
Bring forth men, children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. Will it be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his chamber and used their very daggers that they have done it?
Who should ask it? We will make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I am settled and bent up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Mock the time with fairer show. False face must hide what false heart doth know.
How goes the night?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
Take us later, sir.
Heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain me in cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure and sent forth great largesse to your offices.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3-word sisters. To you, they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchise and my allegiance clear. I shall be counsel.
Good. Propose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this the dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet,
in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade, dungeon and gouts of blood which were not those so were poor. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, over the one-half world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse curtained sleep. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk. For fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts and take the present horror from time, which now suits with it. Whiles I threat he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan? It is Nell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the other tree. The fatal bellman giving its sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores.
Who's there? What ho?
I'm afraid they've awaked and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. My husband?
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now?
As I descended?
I?
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donald Bain?
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder. That they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other. As they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep.
What?
Still it cried, sleep no more. Goms hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who to say these things? Why, worthy thing, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Why did you bring these daggers? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think of what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gilt the faces of grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Ah, they pluck out my eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hands? No, this my hand will rather the multitudinous seas in Cardine making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest it case us, calls us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere not best to know myself. Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking. I would thou couldst.
Knock, knock, knock. Who in the name of Beelzebub?
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir. The carousing of the second cock. Drink provokes 3 things.
What 3 things does drink especially provoke?
Nose painting, sleep, and urine.
Is thy master stirring? Our knocking has awaked him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy Dane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
And night has been unruly where we lay. Our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, strange screams of death, with prophesying, with accents terrible, of dire combustion and confused events. Nude hatched through the woeful time, the obscure bird clamored our livelong night. Some say the earth was feverish, and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Tongue nor heart did not conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole hence the life of the building.
What is it you say? The life? Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new organ. Do not bid me speak, see, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake, ring the alarm bell, murder and treason! Banquo and Donalbain, Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep that's counterfeit and look on death itself. Up, up, and see the great doom's image. Malcolm, Banquo, as from your grave rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What is this business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, Banquo, our royal master's murdered.
Whoa! Alas, what, in our house?
Well, anywhere. Dear Duff, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, and at the blessed time, for in this instant, there is nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees have left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and you do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood has stopped. The very source of it has stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
By whom?
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all batched with blood. So were their daggers, which on the wipe we found. Upon their pillows they stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man! The expedition of my violent love outrun my pause of reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed staff looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wakeful entrance. There the murderers steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart, courage makes love known?
Help me, Hans! Help!
Look to the lady!
Hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for hours.
What should be spoken here? Where our fate hidden in Augur Hole may rush and seize us. Let's away. Our tears are not yet proved.
Or our strong sorrows upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
So do I.
So all!
What will you do? Let us not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. All to England.
To Ireland I. Our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft this shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse. And let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft which steals itself away when there's no mercy left.
$70 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
Ah, good father. Thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act threatens his bloody stage.
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon towering in her pride of place was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience as they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they eat each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine eyes that looked upon. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why? See you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's 2 sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still. Thriftless ambition that will raven up thine own lives means. Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He's already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin all to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu. Lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
Farewell, father.
God's benison go with you, and with those that would make good of bad and friends of foes.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, Glamis, all is the weird women promised, and I fear thou playest most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself be the root and father of many kings. There come truth for them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope?
but hush no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been but as a gap in our feast, and all things are new.
Tonight we will hold a solemn supper, sir, and I will request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Write to you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else advise your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in this day's council, but we'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time to assist in supper. Go not my horse the better. I must become a bar of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow. Go slay us with you.
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure-foot, and I do so commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let everyone be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. While then, God be with you. Sarah, word. Attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fear and bankroll stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which will be feared. 'Tis much he dares. And to that dauntless temper of his mind, he hath the wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear. And under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they placed the name king upon me, and bade them to speak to him. Then prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren scepter in my grip. Thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. Now go to the door and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday that we spoke together?
Aye. It was, so please your highness.
Well then, now have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he, in times past, which held you so under fortune. How you were born in hand, how crossed an instrument who wrote with them, and so things else that might have a soul, until the notion crazed say thus did Banquo. And so did I. And went further, which is now our second point of meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant that you can let this go?
We are men, my liege.
Aye. In the catalog you go for men as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, curs, spaniels, chows, water rugs, and demi-wolves are clept all by the name of dogs. Now, if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms, whose every take your enemy off grapples you to the heart and leaves us with our health. But both of you know Banquo is your enemy. So is he mine. And in such bloody distance, the minute of his being thrust against my nearest of life, and though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight and bid my will about it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine, whose love I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down, and thence his not I do for your sisters do make love, masking the business from the common eye of such weighty reasons.
I dream one hand of us.
Though our lives.
Your spirits shine within you,
Within the hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves. Acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time. A moment on it, for it must be done tonight. And something from the palace. Fleont's his son. That keeps him company. Whose absence in the material to me is no less than his father. Must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved now.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within. It is concluded. Thankful for thy soul's flight, if it find heaven. Must it find it out tonight?
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Naughts had, all spent. What is begotten without content? 'Tis safer to be what we destroy than to dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep all alone? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth.
Come, gentle, my lord. Smooth over your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among our guests tonight.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his Fleance lives.
There's not nature's copying turn.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund. Ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere the black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums, hath rung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What is to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, my dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Good things of day do droop and drowse, whilst night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelous at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make themselves strong by ill, so prithee go with me.
Who bid thee come join us?
Macbeth.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day, that spurs our lately traveler apace, to gain a timely inn and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark! I hear horses. 'Tis he.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile.
Light! Light!
'Tis he.
Stand to it.
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Fly, fly, fly!
You know your own degrees. Sit down. And at first and last, a hearty welcome. Ourselves shall mingle with society and play the humble host. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Banquo's son.
'Tis better thee without than he within. But he's dispatched.
Good Lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art the best in the nonpareil.
Most royal sir, Fleance escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I'd else been perfect. But Banquo safe?
Aye, sir. Safe in a ditch he lies, with 20 trenchard gashes on his head, least to death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that fled hath in time will venom breed. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold what is not often vouched. Well, 'tis a making, 'tis given with welcome. To feed were best at home, from thence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Eating were bare without it.
Sweet remember to. Now good digestion, weight and appetite, and good health on all.
May it please your highness sit.
Here and now, in our country's honor, with our guest Banquo were present, may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please, your highness, to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here's that place reserved, sir.
Further,
Here, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit! Worthy friends, my lord is often thus, and has been since childhood. Prithee, sit. If it is momentary, upon a thought, he will be well again. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one that dare look on what might appall the devil.
This is the very painting of fear. Shame itself. Why did you make those faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there. Behold, look. Lo, how say you? Why, where can I? If thou cannot, speak too. If charnel houses and graves bring back the dead, our monuments shall be maws for kites.
What quite a man and fallen.
I stand here, I saw him.
Fie for shame.
It had been time. If the brains were out, the men would die, and there the end. But now the dead rise again. In which 20 mortal murderers and their crowns push us from our stools.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Feel full. I drink to the general, joy of the whole table. To our dear friend Banquo, whom we do miss. Would he were here. To all in him we thirst. To all in all.
My duties and the pledge.
Avaunt! And quit my sight. Let the earth hide thee. Thy bones are marrowless. Thy blood is cold. That speculation that glare with thy eyes.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom.
I dare. Approach thou like the rugged, wretched bear, the armed rhinoceros, or the hurricane tiger. My nerves shall never tremble. Unreal mockery, hence! I so, being gone, I am a man again. Pray you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth and broke the good meeting with all this discord.
You make me strange, even to the disposition that I may owe to think, behold such sight, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine are blanched with fear.
What sight, my lord?
Pray you, speak not. He grows worse and worse question enrages him. At once, good knight, stand not upon the order of your going, but go
blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones are known to move and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations that by magpies and coughs and rooks brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost start out with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou that Macduff denies his persons at our great bidding?
Did you send for him, sir?
I hear it by the way. But I will send. There is not a one of them, but in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow. And betimes I will to the weird sisters more shall they speak, for now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all causes shall give way. I am in blood stepped in so far that should I wade no more, returning where it's tedious as go over. Strange things I had in head, that will to hand, which must be acted ere they be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed.
Thrice the brinded cat hath mewed.
Thrice the hedge pig whined.
Harp your cries, 'tis time, 'tis time!
Roundabouts the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw. Toad that under cold stone, days and nights has 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
A fillet of a fenny snake in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt, toe of frog, wool of bat, tongue of dog, adder's fork, blind worm's sting, lizard's leg, and howlet's wing, for a charm of powerful trouble like a hell broth boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf, of the raven saucy shark, add thereto a tiger's cauldron for the ingredients of her cauldron.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with a baboon's blood, and the charm is firm and good. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess, however you come to know it. Answer me!
Speak.
Demand.
Will answer.
Come high or low, thyself in office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth! 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 Beware Macduff! Beware the Thane of Fifes! Dismiss me, enough!
Whatever thou art, for thy good caution thanks. Thou hast harped my fear right. But one word more.
He will not be commanded. He is another more potent than the first.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth!
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn. The power of men for none of women born shall harm Macbeth!
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear thee? But yet, I'll make assurance double sure and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted feared lies and sleep in spite of thunder. What's this?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion-mettled, proud, take no care. Who frets, who chase, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest? Bid the tree its earthbound root? Sweet bow midst good. Yet, my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know!
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy hair. Thou other gold-bound brow is like the first. A third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth. Starch eyes. What, will the line stretch up to the crack of doom? Another yet. A seventh. I'll see no more. And yet the eighth appears who bears a glass which shows me many more. And some that twofold balls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight! Now I see. 'Tis true. For the blood-bolted Banquo smiles upon me and points at him for his. What is this so? Where are they? Gone. Let this pernicious hour stand a cursed eye in the calendar. Come in without there.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the weird sisters.
No, my lord.
Come not by you.
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damn all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of a horse. Who was it came by?
'Tis 2 or 3 that bring you word. Macbeth fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
Let us seek out some desolate shade and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword and like good men bestride our downfall and bird them. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face that it resounds as if it felt with Scotland and yelled out like syllable of dollar.
This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Why in that rawness? Left you wife and child, those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking.
Fare thee well, lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkest for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not as in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there should be hands uplifted in my right, and here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it upon my sword, yet my poor country shall have more suffer than ever, more vice and more sundry ways than ever before, by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so grafted, that when they shall be opened, black Macbeth shall seem as pure as snow. The king becoming graces of justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, devotion, mercy, lowliness, courage, justice, verity. I have no relish of them, but abound in the division of each several act, acting it in many ways. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
Scotland. Scotland!
If such if one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee oftener upon her knees than on her feet died every day she lived. Fare thee well.
Macduff. I put myself to thy direction. Here abjure the taints and blames I have laid upon myself. I am yet unknown to woman. Never was forsworn. Scarcely have coveted what was mine own. at no time broke faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight in truth, no less than life. What I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Whether before, spoke with old Seward, headed forth with 10,000 warlike men, already at a point headed hither. Now will together, and our chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once 'tis hard to reconcile.
See who comes here! This is my countryman, yet I know I'm not.
My ever gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God, betimes remove the means that make us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did.
It's the newest grief.
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace?
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a miser of your speech. How goes it?
When I came hither to transport the tidings which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witnessed the rather for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort we are coming hither. Gracious England has lent us good Seward and 10,000 men.
Would I could answer this comfort with the like. But I have words that would be howled out in the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
The main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner we're on the quarry of these murdered deer to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven.
Wife, children, servants. All that could be found.
It must be from thence. My wife killed too.
I have said.
All my pretty chickens in their dam at one fell swoop.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger, blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Gentle heavens. Cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring now this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tomb goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature to receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo, you hear she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
I stood beside her. She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
What is it she does now?
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I've known her continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yet, here's a spot. Out. Damn spot out, I say! 1, 2. Why then does like to do? Hell is murky. Fine, my lord, fine. Such an idiot. What we need we fear when none can call our power to account. Yet, who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him? Thane if I had a wife. Where is she now? What will these hands near be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that! You mock with all this starting! Here's the smell of blood still. Will all the sweet perfumes of Arabia not sweeten this little hand?
Oh, what a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
This disease is beyond my practice.
Not like that. Wash your hands, look not so pale. I tell you again, Banquo is buried. He cannot come out on his grave. I hear knocking at the gate. Come, take my hand, to bed. Come, to bed. To bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance and still keep eyes upon her. So, good night.
Good night, good doctor.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnhamwood remove the dust, and then I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicus. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. Satan! I am sick at heart when I behold Satan, I say!
It is your gracious pleasure.
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight. Till from my flesh my bones be hacked. Give me my armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
Give me mine armor! How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. What is that noise?
'Tis the cry of woman, my good lord.
Time has been, my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my veil of hair would that a dismal treatise rouse and stir the life within it. I have supped full of horrors. Direness familiar to my slaughterous thoughts cannot once start with me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow. Creeps at this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all of our yesterdays have lighted fools the way of dusty death. Out. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. It is a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue? Thy story, quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I stood my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon, methought the wood began to move.
I again to be aweary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Blow, wind! Come rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back! You've tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. What's he that was one but woman born? Such a wonder like to feel none. But swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by a man as a woman born.
Tyrant! Show thy face!
Why should I play the Roman fool and die? On my own sword. Whiles I live, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound! Turn!
Of all men else, I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too charged with the blood of thine already.
My voice is my sword.
To the entrenched air with thy keen sword, and press to make me bleed. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crest. I bear a charmed life, which will not yield to what a woman born.
Spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
May all be done, and damn be him that first cried hold.
We missed were safe arrived.
Some must go off, and yet by these I see a day so great as this, cheaply bought.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. Time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl that speak my salutation in their minds, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland!